What's up? What's up? Been doing some experimenting today. Probably why I'm late, but can't help it. I had to change the laundry too. Somehow I got stuck doing all the laundry. Women's work. Where I just hangs out. Kick only. Kick only. I fired up all the other ones just so you guys get the alerts, but we're on Kick Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And tonight is, what, Saturday? Make sure the dryer's going. Would it surprise you if I said that I had a source, a confidant inside Phil's legal team? Does that surprise you at all? Like the lawyer and law office that represents Phil.
Let 'em burn it out. They wanna let go.
Sneaky, sneaky. You're watching the stream on YouTube right now. All my replays are posted there, but no, I typically don't live stream there just for the announcement, just for the intro, and then cut it loose and post it the next day.
Listen up now.
We're usually on Twitch. We're on Twitch Monday through Thursday. Then on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're on Kick only. It's a new streaming site that I like. But I usually post the replays on YouTube.
This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack. Kill it anyway. To blame. Hate is bad.
Those lawyers have loose lips. Loose lips and Phil's full of shit. That's what I always heard. Did you just ask the same question again? About 50 seconds, guys. Make your way over to Kick if you want to see the live stream. There'll be a replay posted on YouTube. Then don't. No one's forcing you to go anywhere. Don't. Or go nowhere. Just sit right there and don't watch the stream. That's fine. Welcome. Let's roll the intro.
Hey Daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching Cold Beer Confessionals with Will Bird. I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Binda land. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome everybody. That was Linda Binda. You can find her on YouTube, TikTok. She actually did an update. We might catch up on it today. You can find her on YouTube, TikTok, or Cameo. Cameo is where that was purchased from for an intro for us. That's Linda Binda. Make sure to check her out and her saga with Jupiter. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday we're on Kick only. If you feel like between YouTube and Rumble you don't have time to go to 17 other places, I don't give a fuck. Don't watch. But tonight we're on Kick only. Kick only. If you want to see the replay, you guys know where it's posted. But if you want to move over to Kick, you're more than welcome. Kick.com/ColdBreakConfessional to see the live stream. If not, just sit in that chat when the video ends and complain there, I guess. Thank you guys for joining us. We're going to cut the other streams loose. This was just to get alerts out. I know some people don't get alerts from Kick. Some people don't get them from Rumble or Twitch or YouTube or whatever. I just want to make sure that everybody knew that we were going live. We went live last night, but I didn't send out alerts everywhere. You will get a replay later on, but we are on Kick only tonight. So let me cut those other ones loose. You have to give me just a second. Kick's pretty good, especially if you update the app often. They've been coming up with a couple updates. So again, we're on Kick.com/ColdBreakConfessional talking about Phil Godlewski, his lies in his latest deposition. And that's where we'll be. Kick.com/ColdBreakConfessional. Let me cut loose Facebook and Rumble. And finally Twitch. Our old go-to Twitch. And then YouTube's going private, so the stream will stay there. And there'll be a replay up tomorrow. Thank you guys if you joined us there. I appreciate it. So let me go ahead and do this on monetization on. Yes, sir. And then we're going to make it private until tomorrow. I'll schedule it probably before I leave tonight. And then it'll be up maybe 11 tomorrow, 11-ish. 11-ish. Let's make that private. Welcome everybody. We're exclusively on Kick currently. Kick.com/ColdBreakConfessional. Thank you for joining us. Thanks for coming over. And that one guy was kind of a douche about it, right? Like, is that just me? Am I the one? Am I the asshole here? What did it said on Reddit? Am I the asshole in this situation? Kind of fucked up, huh? Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Like I said, I'm Will Bird. We're on Kick.com on Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Got a late start. I'm doing an experiment, okay? So let me explain some stuff to you because this is mushroom talk, okay? This is mushroom talk, not mushroom talk as in mushroom TikTok. You guys know my bread pan experiment. So what I did was I took 1 jar of popcorn spawn and I spread that evenly as I could over 3 bread pans. And then I mixed that up with dirt. That was probably like a 1-to-2, 1-to-3, maybe even worse than that ratio. Maybe even like 1-to-4. So it was 1 part spawn, 3 or 4 parts probably of substrate, of the cow manure and stuff. this new experiment I did. So the more spawn you have with substrate, the faster it'll colonize, the faster it'll grow, the bigger the yields may be. It just depends, but it will grow faster, so you have less of a chance of getting like mold or contaminant because it's growing faster, right? So what I did was today I took a whole jar, a whole jar of popcorn spawn, put it in one single pan. So it's got 3 times the amount of spawn in it as the other pans. Put it in one single pan and mix it up with some substrate. So we're going to see how that works out. Hopefully it should grow about 3 times as fast. You would think, at least you would think it would grow about 3 times as fast, at least as far as like making, like I always say, like I need all the dirt to be white. It should grow about 3 times as fast. Is it wasteful? Maybe. I guess it depends on what I value more. Do I value like getting the absolute most number of mushrooms? Do I value it, the speed? And the speed isn't just like, oh my God, I got to grow mushrooms fast because, I'm in a hurry. The faster that a mycelium grows through everything, it gives less spots for mold to start. So the speed is actually to reduce contaminants, not to like get mushrooms faster. Hell, I could wait for however long for mushrooms. But the faster that I can get the whole block full of mycelium, then there's less points for mold to start or a contaminant to start. If it's already full of mycelium, if mycelium's already there and a mold spore lands, it won't grow on top of mycelium. It needs like fresh soil basically, or empty soil. So I guess let's do a little art lesson. You want to? I know you guys love my drawings. You don't love Big Daddy Meat Stick. That's a lie. So basically what I already have is this. So how could we draw this out? So I have one jar of popcorn, okay? P-O-P-C-O-R-N. This is so hard. R-N. Okay, one jar of popcorn. And then I have one. Oh, no, that's wrong. For 1, 2, 3 bread pans, right? And then it's got plus dirt. Plus D-I-R-T. Got it? And then that's what's already going. So that's what I've been showing pictures of. They are kind of evenly spread out and they're kind of low in the pan. So they're like maybe at this level, like half a pan or so. Full, right? And so that's what I've been showing pictures of. That's what everybody's been looking at. That's where I've been showing like the pictures of the white shit growing in there. I'll see if I can find a photo right quick. These pictures. These pictures right here. That's dirt plus 1/3 of a popcorn jar. So there's a third here, and a third here. Plus it's mixed up with dirt. Plus it's got a dirt kind of cap on it, right? And then this grew through like the cap. So that's what's going on so far. But then I also took a different one jar of popcorn, and I just filled up 1 pan of bread, same size pan, but 1 pound of bread. And basically it's like completely full to the top like that, plus dirt. So if I have 3 times as much, it's all about points of inoculation. So everywhere there's like a tiny little piece of mycelium or a tiny little spore or whatever, it touches all that dirt, right? Every little piece touches that dirt 360 degrees. So hopefully this should grow 3 times as fast. Oh, I guess I need to check down the chat, don't I? Hopefully this should grow 3 times as fast and be stronger because the mycelium is going to grow quicker. If this takes a week, No, let's say it takes 2 weeks. 2 weeks on this side. That's 2 weeks that it could be contaminated, that it could get like green mold or whatever. If this takes 4 days, then that's only obviously much less time that there could be any contaminants that grow in it, right? The mycelium should take, and I haven't even got to the fast mushrooms yet. The fast mushrooms yet are, don't save, are this. It's called PS Natalensis. I'm growing hillbillies right now. But these PS Natalensis, let's see, are super growers. So here's some. It says, I wrote an article on Natalensis to try to get the word out a little bit more. It's called thirdwave.co, psilocybin Natalensis mushroom summary taken from Shroomery thread, P. Natalensis. And it says, psilocybin Natalensis are stronger than most cubensis. That's what I usually grow, is cubensis. So they're stronger than most magic mushrooms. They grow with the same techs, the same substrates, the same techniques, same everything as cubensis, which is what I'm currently growing, hillbilly. They grow fast. They have super aggressive, unstoppable mycelium that uses contamination as food. Now, I'm not sure that it actually uses contamination as food, but I have noticed it grows over contaminants and chokes them out. You guys saw that on the little agar dish, on the little petri dish. I had some contamination and it grew over the shit. And the contamination never spread. I still have that. I still have the agar dish and it just grew over it, choked it out. It was definitely a little bit of green mold. It even turned green and the shit just grew over it and said, fuck you. It says sometimes overlay, but you can pick that off and make it into active tea. So what is overlay? Overlay is when your block or your substrate or whatever you're growing in, your dirt, gets completely covered with mycelium, but the mycelium's growing so well that instead of stopping right there and growing mushrooms out, it just keeps growing layers and layers and layers of mycelium over top of itself. And it ends up like these white blobs, like chunky white blobs. It kind of sucks because the mushrooms won't grow unless you pick that shit off. But also, it contains psilocybin, so you can pick that off and eat it just like a mushroom and still get the benefits of tripping mushrooms just from the overlay stuff. I'll show you a picture. Hold on. Mushroom overlay. So this is overlay right here. See how it didn't stop at the ground level. It started growing over top of each other. And this is overlay as well. These like big globs up. This is extreme. This number 2 is like super bad. It usually doesn't get that bad. But this number 1 is pretty bad. And everywhere that it's bad, where it's like piled up, you're not going to get mushrooms there because there's no room for a fucking mushroom to grow. But that white shit, you can just break it off, dry it, or eat it wet, and it still has psilocybin in it. And apparently it still has the same amount that mushrooms have. Like you're not even losing that much. A lot of people take them because they're not, I guess they're not as appealing as mushrooms to like eat. They make tea out of them. So they put them like in water and make tea out of them. I don't know, but that's something that Natalensis does. Sometimes overlay, but you can pick that off and make it into an active tea. They also have fewer bad trips than cubensis. Now this is just self-reported. But as far as like Natalensis versus cubensis, a whole lot less people report bad trips on Natalensis. And again, it's faster, it's stronger, it's more contamination resistant. And it says different trip than cubensis. Some folks like it more. Maybe a friendlier trip is a better term. I don't know. I've never tripped it. It looks kind of like cubensis, but it's a separate species. DNA analysis puts it closer to cubensis than other sequenced shrooms, like per Alan Rockefeller. Cultivation. I wouldn't be surprised if Natalensis becomes the most common cultivated species within the next 5 to 10 years. There's lots of cloning isolates needed to dial in specific phenos, but yeah, in my honest opinion, is far superior. Natalensis ticks all the boxes, from cultivation to experience they offer. My favorite strain. My culture is stupidly fast and aggressive and hella potent. It grows under the very same conditions as cube varieties do, only much more aggressive, so it's actually easier to grow than cubes. Natalensis are easy to grow, or as easy to grow as cubensis, but stronger and seem to be happier experience for the most. Treat them the same as cubensis. Treat just like cubes, super aggressive mycelium. Natalensis are like cubensis, but grow some really vigorous mycelium. They're a great trip and a nice alternative to growing cubensis with pretty much the same process. They need more fresh air exchange, FAE, but will manage with standard cubensis process. They require a little more FAE than cubes, but not much else is different. You can pretty much treat them exactly like cubensis. They do like a little more fresh air. These are just quotes from people. P. natalensis will grow easily and aggressively, needs 5 times more air than cubensis. I don't think gnats like just a little more fresh air than most cubes do. They need a shit ton of fresh air exchange, more than cubes. Question. Any more difficult than cubensis to grow? Not at all. Use the same process tech. I was worried with all the information I was coming across on whether CBG would take or not. Worked out just fine. Natalensis are pretty hard, and this was only 210 grams wet first flush. They are a little quicker than cubensis, but yield less. I've been getting 3 decent flushes, so a total yield isn't much different. Growing these guys is definitely fun, though extremely aggressive behavior of the mic might be much better for new growers. They do seem more resilient to contams than cubes. They appear to respond with super aggressive growth and overlay to any contams. I think that's what's the most interesting to me. I'm not going to read all of these, obviously. Look how many there are. But they grow over contamination. Like you guys know, I've already had issues with contamination. And if they'll grow over contamination, that would be fucking amazing. Like if they just take care of themselves and that's it, like I don't even have to worry about it, that'd be fucking amazing. If they can't get contaminated, who gives a fuck, you know? Like that'd be the easiest thing to do. Commonly reported qualitative differences versus cubensis. Smoother experience with an easier come up, less body load and nausea issues, cleaner and clearer headspace. They're friendlier and more uplifting and positive headspace, more prone to euphoria, and they have distinct and superior visuals. That's all talking about the trip. So I think I can't wait to start growing these. I gotta get through the hillbilly cycle because I've already got those ready to go. But then after that, I think I'm gonna go to these Natalensis and see how much of them I could grow. We'll just have to wait and see. Another thing I was thinking of, why couldn't I just, maybe I'm wrong, but why couldn't I just do this? If there's any mushroom growers in the audience. If I take my bread pan, so I have my bread pan, right? Let's make this like 9. I have my bread pan here, and there's nothing in it, right? Why couldn't I just take my popcorn and put it kind of in the bottom, right? That's all popcorn in the bottom. Then I could take a syringe and inject it into the popcorn, right? Boop. And then drip of liquid culture and inject it into the popcorn. And then just take dirt and cover it up straight away and just let it grow like that. Like as long as this is sterilized and this is sterilized, wouldn't it grow through the popcorn first, then start coming through the dirt and then grow me little mushrooms? No? I don't know. Anyways, that's what I've been thinking about all day. What are you guys thinking about? Any answers? Any questions? Anything going on? All right, let's watch a clip.
Got your ID on you? How you doing?
Hey.
Doing all right? Is this a rental car?
Yes.
Okay. Did you rent it?
I rent it.
Okay. Do you have the rental agreement on you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you need
wants you to see this one right here.
An MS-13. It says the moment the cop realizes he's speaking to an MS-13 gang leader.
Video shows the trooper
Rental. We know what that means. That's right. He rented a car.
speak primarily with
That means he
Garcia,
got a
who
rental.
translates to the men sitting in the front.
When I used to work with GE, I think cops pull over rental cars a lot more. When I used to work with GE and they would have like a real short notice that they needed like my specialty there, they would fly me there and they would give me, I think it was like 150 pounds for toolage, plus, you know, a carry-on bag and 2 stowed bags and 150 pounds for toolage and like tools and shit. And they would fly me there and then they'd put me in a rental car. It had to be a car with at least a big enough trunk for like my tools, but usually it's an SUV. And I would get pulled over all the fucking time. Sometimes leaving the airport, like leaving the airport in a rental car, just get pulled over.
Does he not speak any English? Okay. Well, the reason I got him stopped is because he's following too close. I'm not going to issue him a citation. It's just going to be a warning, okay? All right? So this tailgating. Gotta have it back in Denver.
I'm sorry?
Gotta have it back in Denver.
Yes.
Gotcha. On the 13th.
Yes.
Gotcha. Where you guys?
Uh-oh, they came from Colorado. What's legal in Colorado? Derek's Monroe library gig got only 3 fans to come. He brought his friend and his dad, too. One of the fans couldn't get out of his car, according to sources. Sounds about right.
Heading to New York. Gotcha. What takes you to New York?
There's a rat in your car? Are you telling me there's a rat, like a mouse or a rat?
Oh, that's where you're from.
Yeah.
What took you to Colorado?
Work.
Oh, okay.
Better pay.
Oh, okay. Who you work for?
Bear Logistics.
What is it?
It's Amazon delivery.
Oh, okay. I saw it said Amazon on here.
Oh, yeah.
Is he here on papers?
Who?
Does he have papers to be here? Like a work visa or?
¿Tiene alguna visa para trabajar?
No. Okay.
Uh-oh. So it doesn't sound like he's got ID. Doesn't sound like he's got, doesn't sound like he's got a green card, work visa, nothing.
Yep.
Yeah, rats are fucking huge. Like a rat is like a not a kitten, but like a small cat. Peanut butter is really good for mice. That's true.
Thank you.
Oh, God. As quick as he turned around, I thought he had a fucking gun, dude. God damn. I got nervous right there. I was getting ready to get blasted. Look how quick he snatches this up. Turns around with it. God damn.
Thank you.
A cop can ask for whatever the fuck he wants. He can ask you to do a handstand.
Salvador. Okay, gotcha. All right. I'm not going to issue a citation or anything like that. All right. I'm just going to run your information. Make sure there's no wants and warrants. Make sure you guys are allowed to get you out of here. Okay. All right. Thank you. This agent wants to speak to you. He's going to have you step out. Okay.
This agent wants to speak with you and he just step out.
Any pistoles in the car? Okay.
Any pistoles in the car? Mamacita, got any pistoles in there?
I'll have you come out here real quick. Any weapons on you or anything? Pistoles?
No,
Okay.
not
Can I pat you down real quick? I'll check your waistband here real quick. Take your phone out right here, okay? Just gonna put it right there. Alright, come back here for me.
All of this was for following too closely.
I'm just gonna put you back here for just a second, okay? Just one memento.
No problem.
Just have a seat right here, okay?
Okay.
They seem to be very cooperative. Is that just how it ends? Is there a part 2 or something?
Take your phone out right here. Okay. Just gonna put it right there. Okay, come back to your phone. I'm just gonna put you back here for just a second, okay? Just one memento.
No problem.
I know a guy that I went to high school with. Well, he was older than me. He was like 4 years older than me. So I just went to high school with him for 1 year. But my older sister dated him for a little bit. And long after they had dated or whatever, his parents' house where he still lived while he was like in college, his house burned down because squirrels chewed through the insulation in the wiring and set basically the ceiling on fire, where like the main feed comes in.
Just have a seat right here, okay?
Okay.
But then what? Now I want to know. Okay. There's the video.
Get your ID on you.
From the manager. Okay?
That's it?
Get your ID.
Why would you even post this? Who posted this? You're banned.
How you doing?
You're fucking banned.
doing all right? Is this a rental car?
Yes.
Okay. Did you rent it?
I rent
It was Yori.
Agreement on you?
yeah.
It was Yori. She's banned. No one is allowed to share anything from Yori ever again. I will never know what happened. Thanks a lot. Check on Scott Rogers. Our good buddy. He's been making a lot of content lately. And Fancy was my name. I don't think he's made any.
What's up, guys?
Oh, this is from 2 hours ago.
Going? I put my Cash App, my PayPal, my Venmo. You can use either one of those.
We just saw a video like this. He made another one?
Need some money for food and drinks. I was wondering if y'all can help me out. Please.
Someone said, or get a job and stop spending your money on toys when you can't afford to. You could have bought your own drinks. Sell some toys and buy food instead of cigarettes. If you sing some Garth Brooks, people would definitely help you out. You have the voice of an angel.
My Cash App, my PayPal, my Venmo. You can use either one of those. Need some money for food and drinks. I was wondering if y'all can help me out. Please.
Imagine showing off your brand new Power Ranger toys 3 days ago and telling people, I bought the new Morphle and the Power Morphle, and I got a new outfit and a new costume and a new Transformer and a new Tigerzord. But can I have some money for some Dwinks?
I have barely any food. Yeah, I just like drinks.
It's fucking disgusting.
I drink Diet Coke. Dad mostly drink Diet Mountain Dew. So that's why I like to get them. And also, please and thank you.
Fuck him.
What's up?
Fuck his stupid face. Don't give him a dime. Fuck him. All right, in case you guys missed this.
What's up? I never tried doing countries, and there's gonna be no music. Here we go. Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was in the summer. I turned 18, we lived in one room. Down the street on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say at least. We were hard pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me dancing dress. Mama washed and combined and curled my hair. Sorry, I'm getting a little winded. And she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into singing, dressing, dancing dress. I'm just, please, Fancy, don't let me down. Please don't let me down, Fancy, oh, please. Oh,
please.
Add-on.
Ooh, that's an add-on. That's an add-on I do. I got an add-on. I like when he starts going, oh, please, man. Like it's hurting him. I don't know what he's doing. Getting some fucking like Ray Charles shit going or some shit.
Everyone see how I did too? Man, see, that's why I never tried it. Well, you never know that you could do it.
All right. Time to watch him hit every note. Perfect.
Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was in the summer. I'm turned 18, we live in one room. Down the sheriff on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say at least. We were hard pressed. The mama spent every last penny we had to buy me dancing dress. Mama washed and combined and pulled my hair.
A hard time
You got it pretty good.
understanding your words.
Oh, I'm having a hard time understanding your word. So now listen. Let me tell you the lyrics he's trying to say. Okay, if you don't know the song Fancy, it is, I remember it all very well looking back. It was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room rundown shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent. To say the least, we were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. That's what he's trying to say. It says, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split on the side clean up to my hips. It was red, velvet trimmed, and it fit me good. Standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, Fancy, don't let me down. Now let's see how many words she gets.
I tried doing country music song, but Reba McEntire, I hope you like this. And
he got winded one time just getting down on one knee.
There's gonna be no music. Here we go. Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was in the summer. I turned 18, we lived in one room. Down the sheriff on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say at least. We were hard pressed. The mama spent every last penny we had to buy me dancing dress.
Okay. Now, he's not doing this from memory. He's trying his damnedest to read the lyrics. He's got two phones. He's trying his damnedest to read the lyrics.
Mama washed and combined.
Mama washed and combined. Now, the line there is, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair. But we ended up with Mama washed and combined.
Washed and combined. And curled my hair. Sorry, I'm getting a little winded.
Maybe he said comb bad. Maybe he doesn't understand the word combed. Gifted subscriptions. Thank you very much, Mostly Peaceful Redhead. I appreciate it.
And she painted my eyes and lips.
Got it.
Then I stepped into singing, dancing dress.
Then I stepped into Satan's dressing dancing dress. The line is, then I stepped into a satin dancing dress. But Scott says, then I stepped into Satan dressing dancing dress. Got it?
I'm just, please, fancy, don't let me down.
So then he skips 1, 2, 3, 4 lines, and then the line is supposed to say, she said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. Here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down. But he bellows out with, please, fancy, don't let me down. So he skips 5 lines there and makes up his own.
I'm just, please, fancy, don't let me down. Please don't let me down, fancy, don't. Oh.
Don't let me down. Please, fancy.
Please. Oh. That's one of the add-on.
That's one of the add-ons I add on.
I hope you like that.
That's one of the add-ons I add on. I'm a Power Angel. That's one of the... Let's see. This is going to give me a copyright claim, but I don't even care. We're on Kick, and the replay will probably be blocked. That'll just piss off that one guy. It's like, I can't go to 17 websites. Here we go. You ready? Now, we're going to see how much... By the way, are there any Auburn fans in the house? Auburn paid $1.8 million for a school, I don't even remember the name, New Mexico State, to come play them in week 12 or whatever we're in of college football. And New Mexico State beat their fucking brains in. Beat their fucking brain 31-10. Here's the actual song.
Can't believe it. I mean,
And it basically it's just Scott.
Baker riding in my
Perfect.
cab. Baker, my goodness. You know, I really
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
Ray Baker in my cab. Won't even keep the meter running.
Okay, thanks.
Here we go. Ready? Now we're going to cut to Scott as soon as the music starts. So obviously it's the music video. It tells a story or whatever. What it's supposed to sound like.
I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was the summer I turned 18. We lived in a one-room run-down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans. We didn't have money for food or rent, to say the least. We were hard-pressed. Then Mama spent every last penny we had to buy me a dancing dress. Well, Mama washed and combed and curled my hair, and she painted my eyes and lips. Then I stepped into a satin dancing dress that had a split from the side, clean up to my hip. It was red velvet trimming and it fit me good. Standing back from the looking glass, there stood a woman where a half-grown kid had stood. She said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
The dad killed
She
it.
said, here's your one chance, fancy, don't let me down.
Okay. Now that's the spot that Scott sang. So let's compare that. So you guys know what it's supposed to sound like. Let's see what we got.
This, and there's gonna be no music. Here we go. Well, I remember it all very well. Looking back, it was.
So right off the bat, he doesn't have the rhythm, the beat. He doesn't even have the speed of the words, the cadence. Correct. There's no background music, which is probably good because he couldn't keep up.
In the summer, I'm torn.
He doesn't even pause at the right parts of the song. It was in the summer. I turned 18. We lived in a shack in New Orleans.
We live in the room down shack on the outskirts of New Orleans.
Oh, yeah.
We didn't have money for food or rent, to say at least. We were
What's up, Rob P? I see you, Chad.
The mama spent me the last minute with
Sounds close, pretty much.
me dancing dress.
He should
Mama
play.
washed and combined.
Scott could be part of this music video. Honestly, he should pay the first man that came and paid for fancy services when she was 14, and he was a hairy, full grown ass man who sent solicit pics.
And pulled my hair. Sorry, I'm getting a little winded. And she painted my eyes and lips. Then
He got winded and broke out in a full fucking sweat from taking a knee one time.
stepped into singing, dressing, dancing dress. I'll just, please, fancy, don't let me down.
Please, fancy, don't let me down. Please don't let me down, fancy.
Please don't let me down, fancy.
Let me down. Please, those. Please, goes. Who's a dirty goes? Don't let me. That's one of the add-ons I add on.
Add on. I hope you like that. And
You know what's sad? Is this guy probably makes more money than most of us. Between his check and begging online, just because he doesn't know what embarrassment is. He has no fucking idea what it's like to be embarrassed. And then there's one more channel I've been really getting into. I'll have to search for it. Hold on. Is it just called Glass Fight? There's one channel I've really been getting into lately. I think you guys should check it out. It's called Jack and Josh, and Josh is spelled with a 0 instead of an O. Jack and Josh. And some of their new content has been being an announcer for a glass crashing fight. It's called the UFG.
You never know what's going to happen.
Never know.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the UFG. We have another incredible night of glass fighting for you.
Jack, we do. We have another 8-fighter bracket. Let's get into it and see who these first fighters are.
Let's meet them. First, we've got Pothead from a local garage sale.
And then we're going to have Grimace. He's from those golden arches of Mickey.
You think he picked it on his... I think every bit of Scott's content is one... There's two different forms of Scott's content. One... He saw a fictional skit, video, show, or movie and thinks it's real. Or two, like, let's pray for those cops at the end of the last season of The Wookiee who got attacked by Taoists. Or two, he scrolled and it got views, whether it was an emotional or a shout out or this or that. And he thinks, I could do that. I'm the man of all the talent. Not many talents, all the talent. This girl's farting into a jar and then setting it on fire. That's my next video. Anything that he sees that gets views, so he thinks he'll get more donations for his Diet Coke and an ice cream, he will make an exact copy of it. Or he was fooled into thinking that fiction is reality.
Mickey D's.
We've got Mr. Coffee from the office break room.
We're going to have Al Pacino. He said, don't worry
Al
about
Pacino.
it.
We've got Bugs from Toledo, Ohio.
And then we've got Downward Duck. He's from Yo Mama's house.
We've got Sir William Thorogood III from a land far, far away.
And then we've got John. He's from Some Kid's Lemonade Stand.
Okay, let's see how they are matched up tonight. Let us know in
we
the
got a
comments
bracket
below who
here.
you think is going to come out on top. Why don't we get into this first fight? We've got Pothead up against Grimace.
Both these fighters are coming in at 1.5 pounds. It's going to be a good, even matchup. As you can see, they're already starting to hit each other here pretty hard.
That teapot's going to win.
Big hit up, another one, and then, whoa! I think Grimace just took some serious damage right there. Oh my God!
Yeah, okay.
Coming out on top.
Jack, I really thought Grimace had the upper hand here, and then he just had total advantage taken of him by Pothead, just smashing him.
He's all over the ring. Let's move on to Mr. Coffee versus Cal Pacino. I have a feeling this is going to be a quick one.
Yeah.
Aren't coffee mugs like fucking, don't they have some type of weird layering that makes them stronger, heat treated or something?
You never know.
Never know.
You never know with these two.
Well, I guess a ceramic cup would too, though. It's hard to get a ceramic cup to fucking bust. I've seen busted coffee pots before, so maybe I'm wrong. Usually I see busted coffee pots from being hot and people using cold water on them.
Cal blows the lid off of Mr. Coffee. That was some serious damage.
I've never seen.
Oh my God!
Mr. Coffee.
Splits Cal in half. Given Mr. Coffee's fragility, I truly thought that Cal was gonna easily take him down, but then we see Mr. Coffee just split him in half like a. We're moving on.
Like a
Got
bitch.
Sir William Thorogood III versus John. Jack, these boys are hefty.
I like the sound of that. And you know, John has the thickness and the girth to win this, but he has that handle where one blow could make him bust all over the place. So you never know what's going to happen.
Never
I have a
know.
handle that one blow makes me bust all over the place.
Oh my goodness! And
Okay,
John spreads
John wins.
Thorogood all over
Got
the
it.
octagon, Jack.
Oh my goodness. Textbook fight. Now we've got Bugs up against Downward Duck. You know, these are two ceramic fighters, so it's a pretty even matchup. Who knows who's going to come out on top?
You know, Jack, both animals, both ceramic. A lot of noise going on between these two animals.
A lot of clanking.
Oh, they
back
can
and
take
forth.
some hits, dude.
The ref's going to give him a re-swing.
Oh, that's a big swing. Oh,
Damn! Duck is gone, dude.
Tim,
That duck.
and there's not a single part of Downward Duck left on there. Now we're going to move on to the semifinals here. Let us know if you had it playing out this way. We're moving on to Bugs against John.
Jack, this fight is really not even at all. I think that Bugs is going to get obliterated here by John.
Oh my God, it's right there.
Jesus Christ, cut him in half.
The fight's still
Drag
going.
him out of the ring.
Oh, no! Oh! You hate to see that.
I can't even.
Ref let that go too far.
Oh my goodness. Just disgusting.
Gonna get
that
somebody
they didn't
fucking
call
hurt
the
out
fight
here.
After this
That
blow,
hit, unreal.
it was truly horrific.
I
and
thought
then
they were
keep
going to stop
the fight
right here.
going.
I thought they were going to stop as well, and then John just comes in and absolutely decapitates Bugs.
Oh my
You hate to
God.
see that.
See his
Jesus.
rolling across the octagon.
I let that
now
go
we
way
got
too
Mr.
far.
Coffee up against Pothead.
Teapot.
Two warm liquid
Teapot's
holders.
got
So
Jack, you got that right. And as you see, Pothead is high as a kite, and Mr. Coffee is just amped up on caffeine.
wow, there's a lot of big hits happening
This is
here.
a great fight so far. Oh, they're getting tangled.
They got
They're
twisted.
wrapped up.
Gotta start them over.
Broken up.
Re-swing.
Oh my God, Mr.
That was ref interference. Did you see that shit? The ref just threw it out in the middle of the field.
He attempts a cage dive and it results in what seems to be a career-ending injury. You hate to see something like that happen
That
so
was
late in the
set up.
game, but by default,
All right, guys. We've got the pitcher versus the teapot. Who wins? Pitcher, teapot. Pitcher, teapot. What we got? Who we got? I need to see it in chat. Pitcher, the teapot. We've got to make a decision before I finish the video. There's no one named Mrs. Potts. There's Pothead, and I think the other one's just called Jim or something. Teapot, 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 teapot. Pitcher, pitcher. Pitcher, Pothead. Kind of split. More teapots, though, I think. More teapots.
Pothead moves on to the finals.
Here
This
we
could
go.
be really
Yeah,
controversial.
Jack, so we're going to have Pothead versus John.
John, not Jim.
You know,
John.
Jack, I'm really not sure who's going to win this match. You know, John is long and thick, but Pothead is short and stocky. I mean, he's really going to get in there and give some...
No, Pothead is short and stout. Pothead is short and stout. That's how it goes. Short and stout.
Abs, I think, to John here.
I completely agree, and the crowd is going crazy. You know, it's incredible to see the support that this sport has gotten in the recent weeks. Just so many fans showing up for this stuff, and we just want to thank everyone. Oh my God! John splits Pothead in half.
Jesus
He's going to take
Christ.
home the belt tonight. Take a look right there.
I would say that the pitcher won.
We have ourselves a winner.
Boys, the pitcher. They've even got a little octagon out of pallet.
John comes out on top. We'll see you next time on UFG. That was pretty
Ultimate
good. You never know
Fighting
what's gonna
Glasses,
happen.
I guess. I don't know what UFG even stands for, but there you go. One of my new favorites. I'm not even following them, but I do get it recommended all the time. Jack and Josh is spelled with a 0 for some reason. Jack and Josh channel and their UFG fights. You just have to check them out. It's pretty good. It's pretty good. All right, let's talk about Phil. So, Phil Godlewski. The last thing that Phil has posted was that he must be quiet. And a lot of people were, well, no, there's been some more posts. Hold on. For a very good reason, there's no scheduled live at this point. And a lot of people have been saying that the reason there's no truthers that are live, something must be happening, blah, blah, blah. He shared the Italy Gate bullshit. He shares some Jan 6 stuff. Never forget what they tried to sell the world. People now have got the January 6 tapes and they're fucking doubting everything that fucking happened, which Jan 6 was fucked up. He shares a post from BKD Patriots that says the Bank of Japan has collapsed. The assets bonds on their balance sheet are completely worthless. Fiat currency, the yen, is worthless. Next up, the Federal Reserve. So there you go. If you're at Tsuko, you better be looking out. The Japanese federal government has collapsed. Has collapsed completely. There's no chance of them recovering ever. They're done for. Okay, so Phil shares that post. At Tsuko, the last time I talked to her, she was begging for shekels. So there you go. It says they're sharing something from a page called Merlin Capital. It says breaking: BOJ just surrendered. Can short yen to infinity. Japanese deputy Finmen don't have specific FX levels in mind in deciding when to intervene. Won't intervene just because yen is weakening. Obviously, it hasn't collapsed. Actually, when SVB happened, it hit Japanese banks pretty hard. When SVB collapsed, apparently they had a lot of intermingled stuff. So Japan decided to stress test their banks. And they did find that their yen might lose some value, like the dollar is losing value. Every currency in the world is losing value. But they found that it seemed pretty stable. Pretty stable compared to everybody else, basically. So the claim is that the Bank of Japan has collapsed or is facing collapse in November 2023 due to its monetary policy and the instability of the Japanese financial system. Specifically, it is alleged that the BOJ's quantitative easing, QE, program has created a massive bubble in the Japanese economy that is now on the verge of popping. There is no credible evidence to support the claim that the Bank of Japan has collapsed or is facing collapse. The Bank of Japan remains functioning central bank as of November 2023 and continues to carry out its duties. The BOJ's website is still up and running, and the bank is still issuing press releases and other financial statements. Recently, the financial world was abuzz with a startling claim the Bank of Japan, a pivotal player in the global financial arena, was on the brink of collapse. This rumor traced back to Robert Kiyosaki, co-founder of the Rich Dad Company. So you guys ever heard the Rich Dad, Poor Dad books or whatever, where he says you should join an MLM? He emerged on the television show Kavatu, Coast to Coast. Kavatu, Coast to Coast. Kiyosaki's theory hinged on the bank's heavy involvement in the derivatives market, compounded by its long-standing policy of low interest rates. Kiyosaki underscored the scale of the derivatives market, financed, as he claimed, by the Bank of Japan to a tune of $1 trillion. The financial instruments, often described as complex and risky, were portrayed as a ticking time bomb with the potential to trigger a financial catastrophe. This is just like when we were checking out Bank of America's derivatives and unrealized losses. But again, we're talking about a small percentage of their total amount of money. Adding layers to his prediction, Kiyosaki criticized the widespread practice of money printing by central banks and the Federal Reserve's rapid interest rate hikes. He painted a picture of looming financial crisis, hinting at a possible currency war with China gaining leverage in the global dominance. However, through a thorough examination of recent news and official statements, paints a markedly different picture. The Bank of Japan, far from teetering on the edge of failure, is actively engaged in recalibrating its monetary policies. Notable involvements include strategic shifts, discussions on exiting ultra-loose monetary policies, end of negative rates, indications of a shift away from negative interest rates, policy dismantling, steps taken towards dismantling decade-long policies, market stabilization efforts, increased vigilance in yen valuation to stabilize markets. Conclusion: the narrative spun by Kiyosaki, while intriguing, stands on speculative grounds and lacks confirmation from credible financial data reports. The Bank of Japan's active role in policy adjustment and market communication contradicts the collapse theory. This scenario underscores the critical importance of cross-verifying sensational claims with reliable sources and maintaining a vigilant stance against the spread of misinformation in our interconnected financial world. I think what Phil does is every day he gets up and types in news, bank collapse. And then the first thing he sees, he shares because he shared this post. So he forwarded this post, but what he types here is his own. Bank of Japan has collapsed. Bank of Japan. That's what Phil typed out. Because all of his fans are now questioning. Didn't he say Bank of America was failing? Didn't he say it was going to be this week? Didn't he say Nasar Gassar started on November, the 5th of November? Didn't he say that you were going to see some big stuff happening? I don't even think he knows what to do when he comes back to the live stream. He's going to have at least a quarter of his audience saying, what about the banks? I thought the banks were collapsing. My bank's still fine. What happened? It's all bullshit. He forwards a post from Shadow of Ezra that says, bank run, bank layoffs, Black Swan. He then shares goldquiz.com. He shares this from Good Lines Film, which is fake as fuck. He shares, I'm trying to get it up in the media viewer to where you guys see it. Oh, here you go. He shares this clearly edited photo that says, when 95% of the population actually thought this Tesla was flying around in space. As big as like a fucking dick showing contest as I think this is, there is a fucking Tesla in space. I don't know what you want me to tell you. There's a fucking Tesla in space. It's not green screens. It's not shot in this. There's a Tesla in fucking space. No matter how much they want to deny it. Then he shares him wearing this cowboy hat. And you're going to ask, why is Phil in a cowboy hat? Why is Phil in a cowboy hat? Because of the weirdest, hostile fucking introduction I've ever seen anybody get. So you guys remember when Phil was pushing a country music singer from like Pennsylvania or something? Well, that guy's name was Matt Ferris. And Matt Ferris brought Phil and Carrie on stage to be introduced. But it's so weird. He's like, I'm going to bring them out because it's all because of them. If it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. Here's the guitar. All right, my next song is... Like, it was just like it was crammed in there. It wasn't very thankful. It wasn't very well thought out. They just leave them standing on the stage. It's so weird. Watch this.
And it only became number 18 because of a certain group of people that may be standing backstage right now.
We're only get here because a group of a couple people that are standing backstage right now.
So Carrie and Phil, if you can come over here, please.
So Carrie and Phil, can you come up here now?
We wrote the lyrics on this guitar.
I don't care.
And have the bands on. So now they can take this home with them because without them, this wouldn't be number 18 on the country chart.
So without them, he wouldn't be number 18 on the country charts or whatever. He hands them a guitar, and then that's about it.
Thank you guys very much for having us again. Thank you, Phil and Carrie, and the rest of the crew back there, and our whole team. This song is called One Night Stand.
So then he just starts in. My next song is called One Night Stand.
I'll be at the merchandise table.
Nobody knows who the fuck he is there. And Phil tries to act like he's going to play it, and he's just trying to get him off the fucking stage. Watch.
After this set, so come hang out with us back there. You gonna play guitar on this one? Phil's playing guitar on this one. Here we go. One Night Stand, bro.
And they just start into their music. Is that not the most fucking awkward, least sincere thank you in the world? Like, they didn't get the mic, they didn't get to speak, they didn't get it. It's Phil and Carrie, come up here, I got a guitar for you. This next song is called One Night Stand. We're gonna go ahead and play it now. Maybe he'll play guitar, I don't fucking know. Like, is that not awkward? That's why Phil's in a cowboy hat, by the way. was the whole fucking thing. That was so weird, dude. Then Phil says, I wish I was a catfish. Which is kind of weird because he's been catfished several times. Then he shares this post introducing the new Q app, the ultimate app for seamless and immersive streaming of your favorite shows, movies, and more. Download now and queue up the excitement. Here are the install instructions. Uninstall your existing app and install the new Q app. This is above most of his audits. So these are like APKs. This would be like if you wanted to install, you know how to install an, if you have an Android phone, you guys know how to install a app, right? You go to the Play Store or even on iPhone, you go to the App Store. But these are specifically for Android devices. They're APKs. They're called Android packages. This would be like installing an app on the back end of your phone without the Play Store. Like finding it, getting it, unpackaging it, and installing it without using Google Play. So this is like going to a website, find it, learn how to download it, learn how to install it, learn how to unpackage it and unpackage it, and install it in. So this is above most of his audience's ability to even install this thing. So they have to do installation instructions. And Phil, of course, is all over that because that's the only thing that'll let him keep making money. From the Fire Stick home screen in the search bar, say or enter downloader. Open and install the downloader app. Once installed, open the downloader app, and when prompted, select allow. In the downloader search bar, enter qapk.com and click go. When the Q app is finished downloading, a settings button will appear. Click on it and it will direct you to My Fire Stick section in the Fire Stick settings. If you have already enabled the developer options, please skip to step 9. If the developer options aren't visible, click About with the Fire Stick highlighted. Press the center button 7 times. This will enable developer options. See how complicated it's getting for a 90-year-old lady? Click the back button, then select developer options, then select install unknown apps or make sure the downloader is turned on. Press the home button and navigate back to the downloader app. When the downloader app reopens, the status screen should be visible. Click install. Note if the status screen isn't showing, select the files tab and select the qapk.file. Once the white screen appears, click the install in the bottom right corner. When the app is done installing, click open. Click add new source. Please disregard the export and restore options. Like there's no way that his 90-year-old audience is getting this. And then he shares his link. So Phil's been real fucking quiet. Real fucking quiet. Ever since his deposition. And a lot of people have been wondering why. Why has he been real quiet since his deposition? Well, a couple reasons. One, they asked him immediately in writing, please tell us all about your NDAs. Phil says, I don't have NDAs. Now that could be taken as he never had NDAs or he doesn't have them anymore. He claims he's still required by law under them, and he can't tell you who they were for, what they were for, what he did to get them, when he signed them, who gave them to him, was it with the government or private? He can't tell you anything about them, but he's got them. Then when he's asked about them in interrogatories, he says, I don't have NDAs. And that could be taken as never had them or doesn't currently have them. So he shows up to be asked about this, and Phil suddenly starts backtracking. He claimed he was currently under an NDA. Remember? He couldn't say anything about anything because he's currently under an NDA. Now, the way he remembers it is from 2003 to maybe 2008. He may have signed an NDA, but he can't tell you, he can't remember who it was for or why he had to have an NDA or what the NDA covered. He can't remember any of that because all he did was analyze websites. Analyze websites, you say, from the man who can't build or manage his own website? Yes. While we're on these websites that you were analyzing or managing, I don't know. It's all ones and zeros to me. I just have a special gift for looking at the ones and zeros and knowing when something's out of place. No one builds a website in binary code. No one builds a website in ones and zeros. No one looks at a website in ones and zeros. No one alters a website or analyzes a website in ones and zeros. The dude's lost his fucking mind. But that's his whole deal. Also, suddenly, even though he's repeatedly said that he has no messages from BD whatsoever, past, present, or future, he has none. He found a box while he was moving from Huckleberry Lane that happened to contain 13-year-old messages that also happened to be printed on freshly white new paper between Carrie and BD. Those messages will come to light later. There's not a whole lot of them, but hopefully in the next document dump we'll get those messages. But it was, I'm sorry, Dory. I kept said Carrie all day. Dory and BD. I keep saying Carrie. Dory and BD. It seems like Dory was suspicious at first. Then they kind of placated her by putting on a show that they were just friends. Then she kind of knows what's going on and trying to ignore it. So Phil Godlewski lies about his NDAs, lies about having the NDAs, can't remember one single fact about these NDAs, although he's been instructed by the court to testify them. NDAs don't block you from testifying in court about NDAs. He doesn't have a single fucking memory of them. Then, the biggest lie that Phil's caught in is when he's asked about the meeting in New York City. We've all seen the video where Phil's in a fucking, I gotta go. I just got a phone call. I got to catch a flight in 15 minutes to New York City. He's just like throwing shit in a bag. 15 minutes, I got to be in New York City because I'm meeting the Qs, the other Qers, the five. I got to throw, is this a toothbrush? Get the toothbrush. He's throwing shit in a bag. That was all a lie. Bill Godlewski, under oath, sworn to the truth. All of that was a lie. He never got on a plane. He never flew to New York. He never got endless breadsticks with Mike Flynn. All of that was a lie. Now, he wants to backtrack that and say, oh, well, it was actually a phone meeting. We talked on the phone. It was a phone meeting. Wrong again. He says that he continued the lie. He continued this lie because he wanted to tell his audience. His audience thought it was cool. He thought it was awesome that he flew out to meet. He just continued to tell the lie for years now. This has been a lie that's been going on for years, and he still references to this day. Well, I flew to New York City and met with him. I flew to a meeting. He still, because his audience thought it was cool. He expects you to trust him, predicting the future, predicting the market, sending him his money. And one of the core pieces of bullshit that got you to believe him was all a fucking lie. He now claims that he has no secret, covert mission under an NDA that he can't talk about. Instead, he was instructed by someone he can't remember to do a mission for him to build a successful Rumble channel and keep an eye on mainstream media. That's his whole fucking story. Now, it's not under an NDA. It's not secret. It wasn't directed by anybody that he can even remember their name. But his job was to build a successful Rumble channel and keep an eye on mainstream media. That's his whole job. That's everything. That's all Phil would testify to now. They backed him way down from having multiple sources I cannot reveal because of my NDA that Hillary Clinton was put to death at Gitmo in 2018 to, oh, well, I was just supposed to be a YouTuber on Rumble, and I was supposed to watch the news every once in a while, and none of the other stuff ever happened. Weird how those dominoes fell. I wonder if Phil will share all the outtakes of this deposition. I wonder if he'll have a highlight reel of the deposition where he had to backpedal every fucking statement he's ever made. I wonder if that'll make the highlights or not. I doubt it, but I mean, we could always wonder. We could always look and see. Who knows? Never can tell. Guys, if you like the show, if you like what we do, if you appreciate the content, and hell, you find stuff here you can't get anywhere else. I got the contacts over at the Coleman Law Firm. Please consider supporting the show. Go to coldbeer.fund, coldbeer.fund. You can click on any of these boxes. There's Buy Me a Coffee. You can join our Patreon for extra content. This is another donation link. Says Gun and Bomber Dono Clip, where you send an audio or video link. Or if you want to privately donate without your name popping up or people seeing your name or how much you donated, you can do that with this yellow button right here. It just opens PayPal for a donation. Support the show so we can keep bringing you information like this that you can't find anywhere else, especially about that piece of shit and mushrooms. So there you go. Consider supporting the show. The show's 100% funded by guys like you. Thank you.
He's actually sent me a few rings. I confirmed that it wasn't a real diamond, but it's still special because it comes from Post Malone. I've talked to him on the telephone 3 or 4 times. When we've talked, it's never his voice. He talks to me with a Jamaican accent to protect his identity. I have sent Post Malone around $3,000. It was just proof to his family that I was not using him for his money. I would send him a $50 gift card, a $100 gift card, maybe $150, but it was always for a good cause.
So she's dating Jamaican Post Malone, and she sent him $3,000 to prove that she wasn't after his money.
Supposedly, he would tell me it was for his charities. Everything.
You guys know. Someone said, is this Eli's mom? Which is a funny joke. But did you guys notice how quickly Eli went from my mom's on her deathbed to it's no big deal. She's got a CPAP. Oh, she was dying, Eli. What the fuck happened, dude? Oh, I don't know how much longer she's gonna be here. My brother's coming in. We gotta hold close with our family, our friends, our loved ones, those that we care about in our life, the people that we call closest to us, those that we would gather around at a bedside to support, to love, to cherish, to hold on to for a little bit longer. Oh, she wears a CPAP now when she sleeps. What the fuck? What the fuck happened?
Everything about him makes him interesting to me. He is good looking, and I do find his tattoos attractive. He calls me his queen, I call him my king. When we do text, Posty will tell me I'm coming, my queen, and I'd say, okay, I'll see you when you get here, and he never does come. He tells me he's busy or he's got a concert. He always has an excuse. I know I'm not being scammed. I've never met Post Malone, but I'm waiting for that day to come.
I tried to stop somebody. I tried to talk to an old World War II veteran, or so. He had my Vietnam veteran, I guess, but he had a veteran's hat on. I didn't see the front of it. But an older man that was at Walgreens buying Google Play Store gift cards because he thought his grandson was in trouble in Mexico or something.
That's why I'm here.
You say you're in a relationship with Post Malone.
Well, yes. We've been
for 2.5 years.
We've been friends, texting over 2 years.
Okay. Do you have other friends that you've never met in person?
No.
So out of all the friends that you have in your entire life, this is the only one you've never met in person.
Right.
Family, relatives, blood, kinfolk.
He's always got an excuse that he's going to come, that he's busy, but we're going to meet.
To be fair, I often tell Mariah I'm going to come, but that's just to get her off her game. So if I get her in the eye right quick, she looks like a pirate.
Sent you some rings.
Supposedly, that was my promise ring.
He sent you these promise rings.
Why would a millionaire send you a fake ring?
Because he's into games.
When you're in a relationship.
Because he's into games. He likes playing with my heart.
Relationship with someone, treating them with dignity and respect, that's not about game.
Rings turned green.
Right.
And he sent you these rings, and you said they're not real.
Oh, thank you, Zach and Lisa. Red Pill 78 and girlfriend. We appreciate your work and enjoy your mushroom content. Thank you very much. I've been liking the mushroom stuff a lot more. Punch me in the dick. My dick will spit in your armor, huh? Arr. Anyways, I like the mushroom content. I think I'm going to start doing more mushroom content, even if I got to open up a... I don't know. If it does well, I'll open up a separate channel and put it on there. But, yeah, I like the mushroom stuff. I'm getting real tired of covering these assholes that are becoming millionaires. You know what I mean? Like, damn, they just fucking succeed too much. Well, everybody else is fucking struggling, even their own audience. Hell, even me, struggling to fucking pay bills. These motherfuckers out here. But thank you for the donation. I appreciate it.
And they turn your fingers green.
You probably bought it with her money.
That's why I've tried to explain why I'm so drained, because of he's a big gamer.
Likes to play games.
And he goes to Korea and Japan and different places and gets these games.
I need to get me a sugar granny. What the fuck? Dude, older Mexican people make the weirdest TikTok content, dude. The weirdest fucking TikTok content. They're like flying around and making out with Shrek and shit. None of it's ever in English. I only got suggested it because Yori forwards me videos. I never got a single video that wasn't in English until Yori started forwarding me shit. Now look at it.
All right, everyone. So if you've been following my life-size crane
Christ.
dilemma, we have...
Let's see what's going on
my life-size crane dilemma. We had a failed...
See what's going on mushroom TikTok. What the fuck? They've banned magic mushrooms.
So if I do not find somebody...
Damn, dude. Damn, look at that. Damn. I wonder how long this time lapse is. A week, maybe? Some big ass mushrooms, bro. Look how much the substate shrinks. Like that last one. Watch the edge. Watch the edge over here. See where my mouse pointer is on the left-hand side of the screen? Watch the edge of the substrate, like the dirt when it first starts growing. Watch. Look how much it sucks in. It come from here all the way to here. They're 90% water. They pull all the fucking water out of it. That's crazy.
Questions I've been asked on my journey thus far. Number one, will I trip? Absolutely not.
This is what
that's no fun.
I had an ego death on mushrooms. During one of my most intense psychedelic experiences,
These are almost always made up.
Called an ego death. Within an hour or so into my 8-gram trip, I had completely forgotten who I was and lost my sense of self. And let me add that this was the most terrifying experience of my life. I genuinely thought I was dead. Eventually, I let go of the fear and my mind went to this place that
Yeah,
One of
those
the
are
most
almost always made
famous
up.
effects of bad mushroom trips is when you receive dark secrets.
I cannot believe there's 600,000 of you, so I'm going to eat this mushroom I just found in my yard because that is crazy. So I think my only response is to do something equally crazy. It looks fucking delicious, so let's go.
It looks like cake. Is that even a real mushroom?
Tastes like blueberries. Okay, guys.
Are you ready for Ushi-Gushi mushroom season?
Oh, I miss Mariah. Miss you, Mariah. I've definitely seen that. That's a back door if I've ever. That's truffle butter for sure. Ah! Why does he keep doing it? I'm not growing any slimy mushrooms. Maybe I haven't used VR in a long time. The kids usually play it, but maybe. Right, that looks like your lady lips right there. How they just go everywhere, and I'm like, where am I supposed to put it? And it's just all over, ever expanding. The pussy void.
Are you ready for a
Jesus Christ?
Check this out. Oh my gosh. This
Amanita
is
muscaria.
an Amanita muscaria. It's a psychoactive mushroom.
If you were to eat this mushroom and you didn't prepare it correctly, it could send you into a state of psychosis for like a week.
But these are sometimes
wrong.
Used for certain
Jesus Christ.
Come make some shroom smoothies.
Oh, shit.
This is my first time actually making shroom smoothies, but it turned out to be really delicious. The shrooms do tend to taste like shit sometimes, so this time I wanted to try something new so it could be easier for me to digest. But I used strawberry, mangoes, ice cream, I used vanilla cream,
Smoothies.
lemonade, ice, and sugar, and it was delicious.
I should have typed in growing mushrooms. Let's do that.
In this video, I'm going to show you how to grow mushrooms using the dub tub method.
That's one tub on top of the other one. Two tubs.
The first step is to inoculate sterilized rye grain with liquid culture.
Damn, that's a lot of
Once the
fucking...
grain spawn is colonized, you make pasteurized substrate. Once the substrate is cooled down, you can mix the grain spawn in with the substrate into a 6-quart bin with a black liner.
That's black liners should keep side pins from forming if they do.
Allow the substrate to colonize for the next 10 days.
So that's what I've been doing in the bread pans, is where I've just been mixing it all together. Yeah, just mixing it up.
Days at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. Fan the substrate with the lid and...
Oh shit, he's got... That's a lot of overlay. He shouldn't have that much growth right there. It should look like a... It should look like a stringy, like, root system that's just barely got to the top. You shouldn't have big puffy clouds.
Use a spray bottle and a second 6-quart bin to provide humidity.
But it's pinning at least.
Fan and mist the substrate 3 times per day until they're ready to harvest.
Damn. Damn.
And that's all there is to it.
This
is one of the easiest ways to start growing mushrooms. All you need.
When it comes to growing mushrooms, I'm still a rookie, but if you're interested in growing mushrooms, I want to take you on a journey with me. Number one, you need something to grow the mushrooms on, as in substrate, compost, sawdust. I even seen someone use tissue. Number two, understanding what temperature the mushroom thrives in. Most mushrooms like temperature between 60 to 75, so you may have to turn on your...
I saw this the other day. Somebody grows them in toilet paper, which is wild. But man, I guess they would be... It doesn't seem like that it would fuck with you if you grow them on toilet paper, you know what I mean? On a roll of toilet paper. Like, I know you shouldn't be growing them in stuff like book. Like, there are people that grow them on books, but you probably shouldn't because, like, the ink and the dyes and stuff. These are gray dove oysters.
I thought I failed, but I didn't. So, okay, this batch failed, and I will explain why. I'm first going to bring attention to the fact that I've been so busy, I didn't drill holes in the bucket. When you want them to start fruiting, they need airflow.
Oh my God, these are all little tiny mushrooms that she wasted. They're all aborts. So they started to grow and then they just stalled out because she didn't put any air in there with them.
Plenty of airflow. Without proper airflow, mold begins, and it looks something like that.
God damn it. These are all wasted, dude.
So right off the bat, this was unsuccessful. Secondly, the mushies are growing, but I don't see what I'm looking for on them. And that has to do with not being hydrated enough. I was told mycelium is like skin and it needs to be hydrated, which I also failed to do. So stay tuned because
I like these time lapses. Get some mushrooms growing, guys. Fuck. I'm so ready for some fucking mushrooms to grow. I gotta get a good time lapse of it too. All right, guys. We're out for the night. Thank you all for joining us. I appreciate it. Thanks for hanging out with me. Thank you for the donations and support hanging out. I know a lot of people hopped on here just for the stuff about Phil or whatever. If you want to support the show, you guys know how to do it. The show is ran by people like you. If you enjoy it, give us a contribution at coldbeer.fund. Thank you for those who donated tonight. I greatly appreciate that. Zach and Lisa, and there was another one that come in too. Thank you guys. Yeah, appreciate it. We'll see you guys on the next one. Love you. See you. Bye. Don't do anything Phil would do and then have to backtrack it in court under oath.
But I can tell you this.
They're usually about a week to 10 days. So
This particular show.
from the time you see like what looks like the tiniest little mushroom to the time they're full is usually about a week to 10 days.
Who they are. And
The other processes take longer, like a couple weeks to colonize grain, a couple weeks to colonize substrate, a couple weeks before it's fully ready to pin, and then it's just like a week once you start them growing. From like the tiniest mushroom you could imagine to a full grown, a week's 10 days, maybe on the slow end. Sometimes 5 days. It's crazy how quick they grow. Have a good night, everybody. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Everybody call Phil a liar. Ask him about his flight to New York. Why would you pack a bag for a fake flight? Get the fuck out of here.
All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip, worshiping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit, swinging fucking me.
I've got a GoPro that I use pretty often. I'll figure out something. Even if I got to set maybe an old cell phone in there, I just got to make sure I sterilize whatever I'm gonna put in there with them, and then also have a way to charge it. Maybe I can do an old cell phone or something. This is a GoPro that's like here, this camera. I use that one, and then I've got a webcam and stuff. I'll figure out something.
Did he get fucking superpowers? Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine, with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What?
Have a good night, everybody. See you on the next one.
Wait, what are you doing? Stop. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This is my mom's an alcoholic. Oh, give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss him off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the bets, you know that stage